different things, left, right, center, and all of that. Femi Falana says he's going to sue Ibrahim Babangida. Hey, let's go. Let's see how it goes. This is Sahara Reporter. He said renowned human rights lawyer Femi Falana's son has vowed to challenge what he describes as his malicious detention alongside Chief Gani Fawemi and three others during the military regime of General Ibrahim Babangida. Speaking on Channels TV on Tuesday, Falana revealed that he and his colleagues were persecuted for opposing the annulment of the June 12, 1993 presidential election, which was won by Chief Moshood Kashimawo Olawale Abiola. I just know him as MKO Abiola. I know the Moshood, but these other ones I really didn't know these other parts of his name. So Femi Falana described their detention, prosecution, and trial as deliberate, adding that he has now assembled a legal team to seek redress. Falana lamented that 32 years later, Babangida now admitted to regretting the annulment of the election. He stated that Babangida deliberately nullified the election results and arrested, detained, charged, and paraded them as criminals. Recalling the events of 1993, Falana narrated how he and his colleagues were taken to the Gwagwalada Chief Magistrate Court and charged with treasonable felony. He disclosed since they had no access to legal representation, he and the late Gani Fawemi defended themselves and their colleagues in court. The human rights lawyer insisted that Babangida's action had long-term consequences for Nigeria's democracy, adding that he is now seeking legal redress for the wrongful prosecution. Falana said, even though we were asking for bail, we turned our arraignment to the trial of junta, and I recalled on that occasion, Chief Fawemi told the judge, Chief Magistrate Malam Bulama, that those who should be standing trial for treason should be in the dock, were in the villa led by General Babangida. Because they had overthrown a democratically elected government on December 31st, 1983. So those are the people that should be standing trial. And of course, when it came to my turn, I made it clear to the judge this section of the law, Section 41 of the Criminal Code Act, which provides anybody who forms an intention to remove the president of his country during his term of office otherwise than by constitutional means. The legal terms are just going through my head like this. I'm just like, I said, my lord, the man calling himself my president has no fixed term of office, so I couldn't have been brought here. Of course, the judge adjourned. 2 weeks later, he granted us bail very liberally, 20,000 naira and 1 shorty in like sum. The human rights lawyer noted that Babangida's regime could not stand another proceeding. They couldn't go back to court so that we don't turn the thing into a full trial of General Babangida and others, so it simply ran away. He added that the case was struck out. So there's actually a video here.
I was taking us to the airport reportedly. Made some maneuver. I will find ourselves at the Gwagwalada Chief Magistrate Court, where we were charged with treasonable felony.
People have gone through
so to join us. So 5 of us were charged with treasonable felony. Since we have no access to our.
But anyway, that's it. But for me, that's why sometimes when I see people are sitting down and calling for military to come back, do these people know what military is? As in power to do and undo. Those people, there's nothing like, oh, they are making law. This one, I go to National Assembly. There's National Assembly cancelled everything. It's decree. You just wake up, they say they've set up something. They set up a decree. Eh? Okay, let me continue with what Sahara reporters have. They say, so I'm going to challenge the malicious prosecution, my malicious prosecution and that of my colleagues. I've assembled a team of lawyers. They are looking into it because he has now brought it to light by now admitting that there was no basis for my prosecution, because he now says Abiola won the election, which was the basis of our protest. He's also saying, you know, he shouldn't have postponed the terminal date of his transition program, which again we are fighting. So which means there was no basis for our persecution. It is malicious. Again, massive infringement of our rights, human rights, because when you keep me in Kuje prison, you deny me my right to liberty, my freedom of movement. You also violate my right to choose the government of my country. So this is still Falana speaking. And then he said, point to Article 13 of the African Charter on Human Rights, because the man who did it has just come out to say, yeah, he did it wrongly. Falana further explained that, echoing the ruling of the court in Abuja in the case of Femi Falana versus Republic of Benin and others, the court stated that any violation occurring after 3 years cannot be pursued in jurisdiction. But later, you know, the improvement of the jurisprudence of the court has now come to the conclusion. I think this was the case of Federation of Journalists, you know, Gambia and the government of that country, that once you're talking of serious abuse of human rights, statute of limitation does not apply. Because I also saw someone in the comment section who was saying that the statute of limitation has occurred, that means the time has passed, you can no longer be sued for this. But he's saying in the case of human rights here now, that it's not there. But let's see how this thing goes. But honestly, we shouldn't just allow people to just get away freely with doing evil, just so this kind of monumental kind of evil, and just go away because people are just feeling that time has passed or whatever. Babangida needs to pay for the atrocities and what he made this country to go through. These people, that 1993 election, they could have simply have gone on, let the person who won do it. And I see some people who come out to say that MK Abiola was one of them. It's like that's not the issue. The issue is that people voted for him. Whether it's one of them, he's not one of them, that's a different thing. And that's the beauty of our democracy. And for me, that's what I keep saying, is that let the people's mandate, let it be. It is none of our business whoever anybody votes for. Nobody owes anybody a vote. Nobody owes you to vote the right person. People can vote whatever they feel. That's who they feel best works for them. Simple. What happens is that when people vote, let the vote as it is voted count. However it is to accept it, another 4 years will come. Let another vote, you know, be there to come. But this situation whereby we see that there is rigging of election, you know, it's taken away. There's no difference between what IBB did in 1993 and what Tinubu and Mahmoud did in 2023, 30 years after. It's still the same, you know, subverting the will of the people. And these are the things, you know, that definitely has to stop. But let's continue to watch how this whole thing is going to go on. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. Bye.